Hello, everybody, and this is the class video for Tuesday, the 15th of November. So what we're going to do today is it's just going to be a quick little look at finding sources for your system improvement proposal. So at this point, just about everybody has gotten their topic proposal into me and has been approved, which is great, which means that all of you now can go ahead and start looking for sources for your system improvement proposal. Now, just so everybody is aware, the first draft is also going to require you to have your first two sources confirmed. So the first draft assignment is going to be in that final folder on Blackboard with its upload prompt. I'm going to put the upload prompt on there this week. I didn't want anybody to upload a draft too soon because this is a project that needs a lot of work. And one of the things that everybody's going to need to do is to work on your statement of need, which means documenting the problem that your system improvement intends to solve. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways to get started with finding sources. Some of you may already be in this process, which is great, but I know that others, we had to go back and forth a few times on the topic proposal before getting one that's really going to work. Okay. So, and once again, for those of you who have not resubmitted your topic proposal and, you know, your feedback said this needs substantial revision or this needs to really be focused, I still want to hear from you. So, I'm just going to say at this point that I want to hear back from everybody who got less than 40% on your topic proposal. Most of you already did send me a revised topic proposal, but there's still a few who I think are working on it. And you just want to make sure that you don't let too much time go by, which is a danger at this point in the semester, because we all know that we have other classes, other things going on, and things can catch up with us pretty fast. So I want to go now into screen sharing mode and show everyone a couple of ways to get started on finding sources. So what I have here is I'm going to start with the City College website. So starting with the City College website, what we have is the you know, we can go right ahead into the quick links and click on library. And the City Tech, I think I just said City College a couple of times. Sorry, I'm sleep deprived like everybody else. So this is the City Tech library website, and it's very conveniently puts the one search function in the middle of the opening page so that it's a really great way to get started. You can just put your topic, you can type your topic right into this search bar. And let's say that I'm looking for, let's say that my topic proposal is on public transportation. So I can start with a broad search term. Let's say that I'm concerned with accidents on the MTA subway platform. So I can type in New York City public transportation here. And I'm going to end up getting a very broad range of results back. Right, so we can see that books, articles, right, of different varieties are there. And at this point, I realize I'm going to have to narrow it down a little bit, right? So one of the things that you can do is you can go to advanced search, and that helps you to get more specific about what kind of results you get. So let's say New York City public transportation, and I want to add another field, right? And, right, I'm going to say subway accidents. All right. So let's try it again. Now it's calculating a more narrow search function. And here I've got an article on subway and train-related fatalities in New York City. Right, scrolling down, generations of transit disaster, New York City subways, experimental study on fire and subway doors, adapted geography. Right, so we can see that we've got more specific results if I use the advanced search. I recommend using the advanced search. And the other thing that you can possibly do is going into, I'm going to go back up a little bit. And we can, let me just do it this way. We can look for databases. So you can use this bar as well. So another way is, let's say that you're only interested in articles and you're not interested in books. You can do this little shortcut along the right-hand side, and you can go right to the databases. One database that's really popular with City Tech students is EBSCO. You probably have already seen or used sources from the EBSCO database. But you can see now that EBSCO has different, they've got one database for books and one database for articles. We've got one database for everything, right? So they've developed it a little bit. So if you go to EBSCO All, and you go to the EBSCO host website, this database is very good. So Academic Search Complete is probably the most popular academic source website for university students, and it's got a great search function right here. So if we put in New York City subway, right, and we put in accidents and causes, right? Do a search. Okay, subway and train related fatalities in New York City. Stalled train may have played. So you can see the variety of sources that they come from, not just academics, journals. So this is an article for the New York Times, right? You can also, this is 3 sources by taking out that last field, New York City and accidents. Let's say that you eliminate that. And then I do the search again. Now I've got 107 results, right? So you can play around with that search bar and see what you get. So those are 2 methods that I recommend. Now, the other thing that you may want to consider doing, I don't want to tell people that only the City College, the City Tech website is the one that you use, because there are many people here who are doing topics that are very local, and sometimes you can find your sources through New York State and New York City websites. So if I take that same topic and I put in MTA subway, right? Then you can see that you've got everything MTA related from Google. And let's see, MTA subway accident reports. I do the search there. Clicking on the first result, here you can see that you get right to the New York State Department of Transportation website. So This is something I wanted to point out, that when you have a New York State or a New York City government website, it's going to have the .gov in the URL. So any source that has that .gov in it is a government website, and it is considered a legitimate academic source. So if you are developing your statement of need for the state of New York, whether it's alternative energy, whether it's the parks, whether it's the bus system, whether it's the subway system, or public housing, anything that's New York State related, climate change mitigation, flood control, things like that, there is information available from the state of New York. So you can get there sometimes faster with Google, but you have to make sure that you put in New York State or New York City in the search bar so that you don't end up with a bunch of unsorted search results. All right. And once again, always check the URL at the top and make sure you see that .gov in the URL, and then you know that you're on the website. You'll also get used to, if you're looking at a lot of government websites, you'll just go up to the corner and you'll see the New York State logo or the New York City logo, and you'll know. So those are two things that I just wanted to, refer people to as far as searching. So I'm going to stop share for a moment. So that's what everybody should be doing right now, looking for sources. And one more thing that you can do, this is something I forgot to show you. So if you will indulge me, I'm going to share the screen for just a moment more. Back to City Tech library results, right? Click on the library. This is one thing that's great about the library website, is that you can ask a librarian if you have searched and tried and gone through a couple of search criteria, phrases, you're still not finding what you want, you can ask a librarian. You put your name, your email over here, and you click on Start Chat, and you can, through the chat window, talk in real time with a librarian who can save you a lot of time and effort. And that's what they're there for. Your student services fee pays for this service. Take advantage of it. Don't, leave yourself hanging saying, I can't find what I'm looking for in the library. Chances are a librarian will be able to help you in just a few minutes if you use this function, right? So once again, that's on the home page of the City Tech Library, easy to find. So stopping the share again. So sorry about that. I meant to, that was my third item on the list to go over for everybody to find sources. So good luck. And if you have any issues finding sources, just send me an email. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Everybody's topics are really shaping up well. I look forward to seeing what you come up with. And if anybody wants to send me a source to ask if it will work or if it's legitimate, remember that the criteria is either library sourced sources that are peer-reviewed, either books or academic articles, or fact-checked media publications, things like the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post, Time Magazine, Newsweek, those are established fact-checked publications that also have websites. Either those or government websites like the one I pointed out, New York State, New York City, or the federal government, right? So, and those are your three categories of legitimate sources. But if you have any questions about whether a source will work, you can always send me the link to it and I will let you know whether it's on the legitimate list or not, okay? So good luck, everyone, and we will talk to you all next week.